kind of her.
What's going on with her?
Let's get it started in here.
She's had a little bit too much to drink. I don't want her to drive. Somebody's on the way to come get us.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's my mom.
Okay.
She knows she can't drive. She's like,
But I'm going to tell y'all one thing right now. It's going to be another crazy reaction video. Let's go.
too drunk. We
How'd
just
she
came
get
from
here?
Chili's. Well, we just at Chili's, which is right. So
And she drove here?
right there. She came from Chili's to here because we started driving. I was like, Mom. She even said I had a little bit too much to drink. I was like, let's park. Have someone else come pick us up.
So she drove here with you?
Yes. But
How does someone go eat at Chili's and then get in trouble?
she's
Why didn't you drive?
I don't drive. I don't have a license. But I have someone on the way to come get us.
I don't know about all
She's
this.
okay. She just had a little bit too much to drink.
Adams.
How you know you could believe a word coming out of her mouth? Huh? We don't know her.
Sam 83 David Adam. Back to an accurate.
You're okay. I got someone coming to get us. I don't know who called the
Can you
police.
just hang out, just wait over there while I talk to her?
Yeah. Somebody called the police.
Whoa, we're not.
Look like she just chilling up in there. Feet cocked up on the dashboard like that. You gotta be kidding me.
Going nowhere.
I know. That's what I'm telling
Can you
you.
hang out over there
Yes,
for me?
yes, sir.
Just get the f out.
Boy, in Louisiana during the summertime, you would never be able to do that. Boy, you know how hot them dashboards get? You know how hot it get?
Oh, don't talk to him like that, Mom. Please do yourself a favor.
Nobody's driving.
Do you have your identification on you, ma'am?
No, I don't.
But you do have to provide that for?
How he don't know that she just switched over? Boy, how, you know, somebody could park and then get up in the other seat.
I have not drove today.
Okay.
She did.
Can you give me your identification, please?
I have no identification.
Can you check in your purse?
I did.
It behooves.
So was she traveling or driving? You know, because people with no identification are like a lot of times like to just say that they were traveling.
You to
Honey, I have
cooperate.
no identification. I have not drove this car.
Oh,
I drove her friend to this position. I have no record of driving.
Okay, so can you provide me with your driver's license?
No, I don't have no
Do
driver's
you have ID on you, ma'am? What is her name?
you definitely don't want to get caught driving a car without a driver license. I mean, come on.
Melissa what?
You did not. You realized that you were too drunk and you pulled over. Yes. We need to get you home now.
I did not drive.
You don't know, she might be a little intoxicated herself.
I'm here today.
Why are you so mean for, man?
No. She needs to know that I have not been in occupation of this vehicle.
She look like she in a laughing mood, like she having fun.
I have not been in occupation of this vehicle. She drove.
I witnessed you coming out of the driver's seat
No.
when I pulled up.
You may have witnessed.
Oh. They have a witness. They have a witness, and it's the cop. He said that he seen her get up in the driver's seat whenever he pulled up to that spot over there. Man, you gotta be kidding me. And she gonna try to say otherwise?
But
She trying to make it look like she been chilling right there.
she asked me not to get her because she doesn't have a license. So I have not drove.
Okay.
Other than from there to this far. I have not drove other than letting her drive. She told me she had a license.
She told you she had a license?
Yes, she did.
So why did you drive?
Because she told me, asked.
Oh, was that? Hold on, was that an what is it called? Like, did she just admit something there? Whenever the cop asked her why did she drive, she said because. Right then and there, that's kind of admitting to driving, right? You know, because if you're gonna start a sentence with because, it usually means because something happened.
To go to this
Okay.
place.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Can you-
It was free freaking yeah. I don't drive. I don't like driving.
Okay, would you mind giving me your license then?
I don't have anything.
How you could even drive if you don't even have a driver license? This situation is getting crazy and crazy.
Give you, sir.
Okay. So you're driving without a license as well.
Traveling? Was she traveling?
I don't drive.
I just witnessed you coming from the driver's seat.
Yes, but she asked me to move from there to
Maybe she's gonna say she was just operating a motor vehicle at the time.
there.
From where to
That,
where?
3 freaking parking spots
Okay.
to this spot.
Well, why are you being so mean to me?
I'm not being mean,
I feel
look.
you are, because I'm asking for your license, which I know you clearly have, and you're refusing to provide it to me.
Oh yeah. I think that she's stepping over the line. I think that she done stepped across that line, woman. She done crossed it.
I'm telling you, she asked me to move to this spot. That's it.
No.
Boy, she put her hand mighty close to that cop's chest just now. Hold up. You know, if she would have accidentally bumped him, that would have been a different story.
Yes, sir.
Who's the registered owner of the vehicle, ma'am?
His name Ray.
Who's he to you?
He is my master electrician, sir.
Master electrician?
Yes. Yes, sir.
That's all he is to you? There's no personal
I work
relationship?
for him, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Boy, I was about to say, did she steal that truck? Did she steal that car? From an electrician? Boy, I was about to say.
I
It was sounding funny at first.
have not drove this vehicle other than that part to this part.
So you drove from that parking lot to this parking lot?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's when I seen you getting out of the driver's seat coming over
Yes,
here?
sir.
Where were you at before?
Otherwise, she was having she ate at this place, sir.
What place?
Right behind me, sir.
She ate here?
Yes, sir.
What'd she order?
Chicken.
Chicken?
I think it's here.
Walgreens sells chicken?
Oh, another lie. That's another lie right there, partner. Boy, I ain't never walked. I've been to about, four Walgreens in Louisiana, maybe 8. Maybe, at the most, by the most. But I ain't never walk up in Walgreens and see no fried chicken for sale. It ain't like walking up in Rouse's. Rouse's is a whole different story. But Walgreens, boy, I ain't never walk up in Walgreens and see no fried chicken. Like, no. You have a better chance of seeing that in a gas station down here.
No, we came from Applebee's. She drove.
Okay.
Emma,
What?
your friend.
Oh, maybe she thought it was Applebee's behind her. Maybe she just thought Walgreens so happened to be Applebee's that day.
Stephanie, we dropped off. Where's
Hold up.
Do you have
Stephanie?
somebody you can call?
No, but where's Stephanie?
I don't know a freaking Stephanie. What are you even talking about?
Stephanie probably ran somewhere. You don't never know where she went. You don't never know shit. She might have seen that cop come and started running.
I don't. Talking to Lily.
Do you have anything with your name on it identifying you?
No,
Any type,
sir, I
No type
don't.
of identification whatsoever?
Nothing. Her friend Stephanie dropped us off at this spot.
Awesome, thank you. How do you
Boy, that gotta look boy, I'm not no cop and I'm not no lawyer, but that gotta be some suspicious to a cop if a person tell them that they don't have no identification at all. Not a driver's license, not a passport, not a nothing. You like they barely know their name, man.
spell her name? Does she have a Florida
I don't know what
license?
she's telling you, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know
I
what's
appreciate
happening.
that. Does she have a Florida driver's license?
I don't know what she's got. I don't have a good relationship with her for obvious reasons. I wanted to have lunch with her today. Things just obviously got out of control.
I mean, listening to that sad story, you don't know if she's telling the truth or not. She might want to get out of the whole situation.
Melissa, Neli.
Like, what if she been drinking and driving too? But the cop just so happened to catch the other driver. You know what I mean?
SSA.
I know you don't have one on you. You're saying, but do you have a Florida driver's license?
I don't drive, sir.
So you don't have.
I don't drive. Her friend Stephanie drove here
Okay.
and ran that way.
Okay. Oh, she ran.
But yet when the cop asked earlier, she said, whenever the cop asked earlier, why did you drive or something like that, she said, because of some reason. And now she's saying again that she don't drive. Bro, it's starting to sound like there's some misinformation going on here.
Ran that way?
Yes.
So we should go look for her that way?
Yes, that way.
Okay, we'll do that. But where did you have the license, or do you have even a Florida identification?
I don't have no identification, but that's my daughter.
Okay, I understand that's your daughter.
And I have not drove.
Okay.
Where's Stephanie?
Oh, she's getting feisty. Boy, she was starting to raise that tone to that police officer.
Your friend, where is Stephanie? Where is Stephanie, Emma?
Do you have any ID on you, man?
See, I have nothing.
No. What's your name?
Emma.
You gotta be kidding me. The other chick that that the other woman was claiming was driving don't even have ID on her neither. Oh my goodness. In the middle of a traffic stop, both people don't have their ID and somebody had to be driving. Now, in that case, I don't even know what happens. Like I said, I ain't no cop and I ain't no lawyer, but I could only imagine that there ain't nothing good that's going to happen from not having the ID while somebody was driving. Somebody needs to have a valid ID.
EMFA.
All right. We're going to have a traffic unit come evaluate her. Excuse me?
I don't need to be evaluated. Her friend, Stephanie.
Mom,
Don't even
Stepping out of line. Stepping out of line.
bother arguing. Did you have a ride coming for you?
Stephanie ran that way.
Okay, we got somebody looking for Stephanie, all right? And you confirm there's no Stephanie, correct?
You know, they might be making that up about somebody named Stephanie just to make the cops go look for this woman named Stephanie so they could leave them alone. Now, that would be a crazy situation, right, to be in. But you never know with criminals and suspects and all that, you know, doing anything wrong, letting anybody drive drunk and stuff. You don't never know what them type of people are going to tell a cop. You know, they might have been making up that somebody named Stephanie was running with something or something. Just so the cops could leave and they could leave too.
Mother, I've never drove.
Don't do that. Is your mother still alive?
I'm her mother.
I know, but you said on your mother, right?
No, my mom's alive. Yes,
So why would
absolutely.
you swear to your mother that Stephanie went that way?
Stephanie ran. She don't have a license.
What's Stephanie look like?
She's a blonde hair, 5'6", skinny looking meth head.
Oh. Boy, she said a lot all in them few words. Boy, she done said a lot. You know? At first, we ain't see them true colors. Now we starting to see a little bit of true colors. You know, and the thing is, right here, partner, she could be lying about all this stuff that she's saying. And nobody would know. But you know what would know? All the cameras they got on them places over there. Now, if it don't show nobody running out of their car, if it don't show nobody running away from that scene, then what it's going to look like of her telling the cop that somebody was just running away from there. Get what I'm saying? Because cameras don't lie. The footage matters.
What was she wearing?
White shirt, black pants.
Did it have any design on it? Any words?
I can't tell you that, sir.
How long were you with? Did Stephanie go out to eat with you guys?
She just offered to drive us.
How you don't notice something that's on somebody's shirt and that person done offered to drive y'all something? And whoever lets even a person that they don't know drive them somewhere and then that person just flee on foot, don't you think that person probably took something from their car and left? Like, oh, forget these people. Oh.
She just offered to drive you and your electrician and
one of
mechanics.
my friends that gave me a ride to my job, I don't know her that well. His name's Stephanie. I have not been under that wheel.
And the owner of this vehicle knows that
Yes.
you took the car so Stephanie could drive.
Yes, I know. I'm going to tell you the truth.
What's the no part?
She's now going to tell him the truth. You see, that's when the cop starts to think that you were playing around the whole time that he been there. You know, he's on the clock making money for his job over there. And she talking about, well, I'm going to finally tell you the truth. No. That's whenever trouble starts to happen, probably.
I work for him as a master electrician.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh.
She drove the car from there and,
Okay. What's his phone number? Do you know?
no, I have no idea.
Can you check your cell phone number?
No recollection?
No, I don't have a
No recollection.
phone with me, sir. I'm sovereign, not a cattle.
You're a sovereign citizen as well now?
Yes, I am. I have put a 1040X.
A sovereign, like she from a whole nother country. A sovereign citizen. You gotta be kidding me. A sovereign citizen. probably would not be a drunk citizen for sure. You get what I'm saying? I mean, come on.
On, and I'm not no longer a part of the Federal Reserve. You cannot arrest me with any kind of signature.
Oh,
I am
hold up
sovereign.
here.
We don't use signatures to arrest people. We use handcuffs.
No, my mother sent. My mother put my social security in my first birth certificate.
Boy, it don't matter what you trying to tell that police officer in that situation, man. You up in America talking all that mess. Man, you ain't up in Japan. You ain't up in no other country like that. I mean, what?
With me being an infant with not acknowledgement, and I put a 10.
She don't look like no infant to me. I don't know how she looking to everybody else on here, but she ain't looking like no infant to me.
Friggin' 40X on myself, and I am a sovereign being, and you cannot arrest me under that law.
Why are you yelling at me?
I'm just telling you right now.
Oh, she is really trying to make a point, get it across to that cop. Boy, you gotta really be kidding me right now.
I am sovereign. I'm not part of the group of the Washington State. You can't do nothing to me.
Nothing at all.
Nothing. Look it up.
So explain the 1040X, ma'am.
Can't do nothing. Claiming that she can't even be arrested in the middle of a traffic stop. To the cop. That's probably one of the dumbest moves that you could make in the middle of something like that.
I'm not familiar.
The 1040X means the Federal Reserve freaking had my mother sign my social security and my birth certificate without
I can't imagine anybody living in America that can't be arrested by cops. You get what I'm saying?
my acknowledgement, and I sent a 1040X, and now I'm not part of the Federal Reserve, and you cannot arrest me on sovereignty.
First, she says that she's an electrician. Then she says she's part of the Federal Reserve. You know, seeming like a little bit of misinformation going on.
You cannot. You cannot. I am sovereign. You cannot arrest me.
Can you spell sovereign?
Oh, snap. He just asked her if she could even spell sovereign or sovereign. However you must say it.
I don't care if I spell sovereign the way you want to. I am sovereign. Just look up 1040X. Look it up. 1040X. I don't have to spell it for you. I am not part of the system no more.
She gotta know that story sound a little funny. She gotta know it.
My birth certificate? Nothing. You can't do nothing to me.
I would imagine with people with no birth certificates that come from another country that don't have no kind of green card to be up in America, I imagine they probably send them back where they belong, right?
Can't do nothing.
She normally like this, like when she's on a better behavior?
She's a drunk.
So she's normally inebriated
And
like
like
this?
she's had some mental. So in other words, yes.
Boy, she was acting like she was the cop's boss.
Would you happen to know who owns this vehicle by any chance or phone for them? Does she have this?
Yes, Ray. She works for this guy named Ray doing electrical work. It's his boss.
Do you have a phone? Does she have a phone?
I don't believe her much neither, and the other one's still screaming from inside of the vehicle. So what they gonna do about that? Are they just gonna let that happen, or are they gonna go on their move?
Cell phone?
She should.
I'm sovereign.
Sovereign.
Ma'am,
You gotta be kidding
I
me.
see your cell phone right there. Can you pull your cell phone out and
That's
give me
not
Ray's
my
number?
phone. I'm not going to give it to Ray. You have no authority to give it to my boss.
Oh, I see what's going on here. Whenever she said that was her boss truck or car, whatever she's in right now, boy, that might have been a lie. Maybe she don't want to give him the number because she knows that he's gonna tell the cop that that's a stolen vehicle that she's in, and she's in there up in there intoxicated or something. You don't know what's going through her mind, you know.
I'm just asking
By
for
the
his number.
10, I'm not going to give it to you because by law, you don't have the authority to do so.
Ooh. How you gonna tell the cop that he don't have the authority to do something? You get what I'm saying? In the middle of a police traffic stop, how you gonna tell a police that they don't have no authority to do something?
Because I know law.
She
A sovereign citizen that knows her rights? Boy, they better watch out. Boy, they better watch out. She gonna sue. She gonna sue somebody.
You educated the shit out of me.
I
Yeah?
am definitely educated.
Well, why are you so screaming at me? Because I'm not yelling at you. I don't appreciate that.
I greatly
Oh.
appreciate that you take
Stepping over the line, getting out the car whenever they didn't even ask her to yet.
the bad people off of. Take the immigration. Not the people of America that wants to keep our beautiful city
But I
together.
thought you're sovereign.
I am
That would
sovereign.
make you an immigrant of America.
I am not an immigrant. I was born here in New
You
York.
can't be both. You can't be an American and sovereign. You understand that?
I am not part of the
Sovereign, man. She claiming, oh, she getting way out there, boy. She is way stepping up. Look, she putting her neck out there.
Stop
reserve.
screaming at me.
I'm sorry, sir.
You're welcome.
I'm going to lower my temperament and I
you.
apologize.
But do you understand that part?
But I
Once
understand when
once
my-
you separate yourself from the American government, you then become an immigrant.
But I also signed the
So
paper
you're an
of the
immigrant.
1040.
See, arguing back and forth with a cop in the middle of a police encounter like that probably is never a good situation. And probably, well, I know for sure that I never seen a situation that ended good from anybody arguing with the police. I mean, come on, bro. In the middle of a traffic stop.
The 1040X. No, I am not part of the Federal Reserve. I am.
It ain't like you arguing with the cop about who's gonna win the next Sunday night football game. It ain't like you know what I mean. You arguing about something lawful. You know that could probably get you even in trouble and everything like that.
Makes you a not American citizen, right? A
No,
sovereign
I am an
citizen.
American citizen, not part of the Corporation of Washington, D.C. Sir.
Therefore, she is trying to say that she can't even be arrested because of that reason, bro. And that's kind of a weird reason. That like the cops don't know nothing about that. You know they could care less.
I know where I am.
That would make you an immigrant.
No, I'm not an immigrant. I live here. I'm not a
So
cattle.
do immigrants.
I am not a cattle.
No, she is not a cattle. All right, we all understand that she is not no cattle. Okay, a cattle grows up on the farm. Okay, a cattle is not out drinking, going crazy. A cattle gets milked on the farm.
I was born in New York, Long Island, Port Jefferson. My mother signed a paper. She didn't know that she signed away from me. I took away from that right. So now I'm an American citizen, not a cattle.
So you're not a sovereign.
Oh, is she claiming that if her mother wouldn't have signed no papers, that they would have said that she's part of the cattle group? Is that what she's claiming here? That she would be part of a cattle? That don't. But I'm really trying to make sense of all this information that we're getting so far, and it's really hard for me to make any sense of it. You know what I mean? Who says that they are not a cattle? You know, of course, people are not a cattle. Cattle be getting milked.
Sovereign citizen, you're an American citizen.
I'm an American citizen, not part of Washington D.C. Corporation. Not as my kids will be as well.
I love you, Mom. Just please calm down.
Yeah, you just gotta take it easy, man.
I'm just telling you, I will not be part of the system. I will not.
Boy, she is just acting like she will have no part of what them cops is saying is going on, you know, and that's kind of a bad attitude to have. I'm not even gonna lie about it. You know, you gotta be able to have a better attitude than that in some situation like that.
I'll be part of the fee system. I'll be
You
part
live
of
local
it.
here, or do you live in
We live in
Sarasota?
Sarasota. I don't know exactly where she lives. Somewhere like
Bruh, and you know another thing? A cattle don't eat at Applebee's. A cattle freaking eats at a farm. They grass and hay and stuff like that, probably.
Piper Place. too.
I live on Piper Place. I live in Sarasota.
You live in Piper Place. So you don't. She doesn't live at 36 something Piper Place.
She gets mail there. She used to, and then her and my dad
So
separated.
that's your address.
That's my address.
That's my baby girl. Let's go. We fight for America.
Ooh, you know, she is really stepping out of her bounds and boundaries at this point, I'm believing.
We're the only country that.
Okay, Miss Gibbs, I understand all that. How about you just lay back and calm down, all right? This ain't no
I
argument.
just love God. God gave us a sovereign nation.
We'll pray for you.
Boy, you know somebody that might get drunk, you know, if they already have a bad attitude before they get drunk, you know, if that person seems to always have a bad attitude and then they go to drinking, boy, they become a real argumentative person, real confrontational. Like like will really get into arguments with people everywhere and everything like that. Will really cause a scene places. That's why if you already don't have no if you already have a bad attitude and stuff, why would you even drink? Because you know that your drinking is gonna make your attitude even worse, bro. So that's why you don't want to do that.
Yourself right now, okay? We'll pray for you. Just sit back and relax yourself.
That's right.
I understand.
And then the cop is being so nice to her. Boy, I done seen some videos. Oh, man, I done seen some videos, bro, where they have some no-nonsense cops. And they like, they ain't gonna take all that arguing back and forth. I done seen it already. Boy, I know it done happened before.
Please fight for our country. Please fight for our country. Please fight for our country. Please fight for our country.
I mean, what happens at the end here? Let's see what's going on. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up.
I says you to do our time.
So maybe. Whoa.
No, it's
Okay.
See what's going on here.
I'm sitting in my passenger seat and waiting for my driver to
Okay,
come back.
having those rights in mind, do you want to talk to me?
No, I already talked to that guy and I don't have to talk to you. By my right.
So apparently the cop then, went over everything with her and told her that he's seen her driving and everything. He has proof that she was driving and everything. So now, they probably done asked her to get out the car and everything, and she's probably not refusing, right? Because that's what people do sometimes. But whenever they do that, they don't even realize that they're only getting themselves into more trouble.
Okay. Can you step out of the car, okay?
No,
Step out of the car.
no,
Oh, 2 times. That was twice. I heard it twice.
I don't have to.
You kind of do.
No, I really don't. I know my rights. I study law.
But she really started calming down whenever they started telling her to step out the car, huh?
Okay, come on. Come here.
You don't have a right.
Oh boy.
What did I do wrong?
Man, that's crazy. You see why you never want to put yourself in that situation?
No, you're under arrest.
For what? I didn't drive, sir.
For a DUI, that is really crazy. That's definitely not no charge anybody would ever want to get for sure. Boy, you talk about putting yourself in a bad situation right there. You know how much money sometimes them people got to pay in fines and everything like that? And then they got to take classes and everything. Bro, why would anybody want to do that? Why would anybody want to put themselves in a situation that involves something like that? That's part of the reason why you do not drink and drive.